Welcome once again to the reading room.
Been a little while.
It's been a little while. What's today's date?
Yes. Have some.
27th. Yes, have some. I'm pretty sure it's the 27th of August, 2017. It has been a couple weeks, and it's going to be another couple weeks because we're going to have a show next week.
Well, next week, no. We'll be doing things.
Some things will be being done. Some things were done. Were being. I can't even talk. Anyway, this is the companion video YouTube channel for the podcast, The Comic Shop, in which we actually discuss comic books. Facebook.com/TheComicShop1. Go there, check us out, check out the page. It's not just posts. It's not just links to episodes. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Wonderful discussions.
Scott and Jim usually they do an excellent job of curating that, and it's just a cornucopia of geeky wonderfulness. Yeah. So Facebook.com/TheComicShop1. We do have a Gmail address, acpodcast1@gmail.com. But the Facebook page is, without a doubt, the easiest way to get a hold of us. Provide us with feedback, suggestions, and stuff like that. So, what's up? You want to go first?
No, go ahead.
I'll go first. All right, so speaking of suggestions, the house book. We are still covering the house book. That is Valiant's newest title, Secret Weapons. This is issue number 3
of
4.
Unfortunately.
Yes, but I think after that we're going to pick a different house book. And it'll probably be Mage, because that just started.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Number 1 just come out. I got that in the same pull boxes I got this from. So anyway, picking up where we left off with Secret Weapons. This episode, or this issue, deals a lot with Avi, the guy who can turn his skin to stone.
But can't move.
But can't move when it happens. But his powers are kind of on display in a much more interesting way in this book. And he's at college, he's at university, and he's a Sikh, so he wears a turban. Mm-hmm. Plus, he gets outed as a Syad, so he kind of gets to double dip from the Prejudice Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so it ends up that there is...
Oh, right in the mush.
A confront. Yeah, right in the mush. His hand is mush after hitting the stone. And it ends up he gets into a confrontation that involves some people being injured.
Oh, yeah? How about that?
Yeah. So he's kind of front and center for this episode, or this issue, like I said. He gets tracked down by the cops. They put in an APB, but he gets rescued by Nikki and Owen, the chick who can talk to birds, and the Conjurer.
I'm still waiting to hear more about him.
Yeah, well, he actually in this one, and this will be the one of the overlays. He actually brings up something useful. Apparently, he figures out what's a suit of armor to stop a bullet and a frying pan to knock out a cop.
He finally figured out.
Well, we don't know if he figured out how to pull something good, but he certainly pulled it off there. So
he rolled all 10s on his roll.
Yes, he critted. So there's basically that, and there's some conversation. There's some conversation about his motives. He basically just wants to be left alone, but that's not happening anymore. Amanda is in a kind of a techno trance, and she figures out what's going on, and dispatches Owen and Nikki to.
I'm not seeing any Rexo.
Assist him. And Rexo shows up at the end.
Oh.
Rexo shows up at the end because at the end Amanda calls somebody else. I'm not sure who this guy is. Axe, I think, is what we call him, but the A is an at, like an ampersand, like an at symbol. At X, I guess, or I don't know. But she's having trouble.
I was talking to Ninjak in the last one,
right?
But we kind of missed that.
We did miss that. Thank you, Charles, for that reminder. I'm not sure who this could, but
it could be another member of the Unity.
Yeah, Charles. Now that we're covering issue 3, who is this guy? So she enlists his help to figure out what the insurance policy is. The insurance policy.
Oh, that little card
is exactly that the scavenger is basically helps her identify who the scavenger is and where the scavenger is. And there is Rexo. Right there, because Amanda goes to track down the scavenger and finds herself absconded with.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Now, that was mentioned in the last issue that the scavenger would like Rexo to bathe in Livewire,
Yeah.
which is gruesome. So I don't know what's going to happen here.
You had her powers to his mix.
You had her powers to his mix,
That's bad news.
and give him just a little bit of
More tech power?
autonomy, like where, more tech power. Is all he needs is more tech power.
Right. Well, he hasn't been using tech.
He
He
hasn't-
looks like he's biomechanical anyway.
right. So I mean, he can harness half of his own form and connect it to the internet, and he did.
I
Bad
prefer
news.
that she didn't die, but if she did, and he took her power,
That would make for some pretty cool panels.
I would think that it would make him wake up and break away from the scavenger.
Perhaps. Which, that would be a lot to happen in one more issue of the series.
I know, right?
I don't know. I can't imagine that they're not going to pick this up as a regular. I don't know what the plans are for it. I have no idea how it's selling. I have no idea how it's
I
being
don't know the
received.
ratings.
No idea what kind of reviews people are talking about it, but it really is a good book. It's
These
a
are
good
things we
story.
could find out if we tried.
Yes, we could find out if we tried, but we've been busy doing things.
Very. I've been very busy myself.
Yeah, so this is actually quite a. It is. I'm glad that we got a hold of this story.
Looks
'cause
like
it
it's
is
a
really,
detective book. This one,
yeah, kind of.
along with a little bit of
A little bit of action, a little bit of character development, tracking stuff down. Just got a little bit of everything in this issue. And there's always a little bit in the end about Eric Heiser and his thoughts about writing comic books
This one in particular.
versus writing screenplays and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice.
So there you go. The House Book, Secret Weapons number 3 of 4. So give us a few more weeks and we will cover the finale of Secret Weapons and move on probably to Mage.
Probably.
Probably. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what we're leaning toward right now.
Yes. So, all right. You're up.
All right, this is a series I didn't even know existed until I found it on a treasure hunt. And I only found 2 issues.
You and your treasure house.
I love it.
I'm saying.
But I only found 2 issues of it. I'm trying to find the date on it. It's before the Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm and Logan. It is July of 2000, which is relatively not that long ago as comic books go. But it's when Logan was still working for the Canadian government and Ben Grimm was still a pilot in the U.S. military. They end up getting pulled aside by Nick Fury, who is Sergeant Fury, or Colonel Fury at the time. I'm sorry, Colonel Fury. And they get sent on this like secret agent mission, and somebody goes along with them, Carol Danvers. Now, mind you, this is before Ben Grimm had his powers, before Carol Danvers had her powers.
Is that Stark?
Is that
I think that's Stark.
That's Tony?
I think so.
It's been a while since I read it. Yeah, I pulled these on short notice. But it's really, it was a really good story about like secret mission military style, and Ben Grimm and Wolverine butt heads like they always have in everything we've seen them in tights. And it's fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I only found 2 issues of it. I didn't even know it existed. I just thought it was really funny and engaging.
This is cool. This is World War II. Appears to be. Or maybe Cold War.
Probably Cold War.
Yeah.
Carol Danvers isn't old enough to be World War II.
Right. Because he doesn't have his adamantium yet, does he?
No. And he doesn't in that book. Maybe, I don't know if he does in this book, Pop His Claws.
That's something I'm wondering about these knives. You'll get the cover on the overlay with the.
Yeah.
To kind of. It calls to mind the claws. Huh.
Well, he's always had his claws.
He's always had his claws, yeah.
But he didn't always show them to everybody.
True enough, true enough.
No, there they are. Oh, no, those are
Those are
handhelds.
those knives, yeah.
But I don't know. I can't remember if he popped them or not. But yeah, there's some good stuff. I like the art, but you think it's a little stylish.
It's got that kind of a slightly cartoonish.
Yeah,
kind
there
of-
it is. It's clobbering time.
It's
I love it.
clobbering time, yeah.
That mail order
Yeah.
for X-Men movie
X-Men
characters.
movie characters.
Yeah. So it was, like I said, really fun, engaging, and it is Cold War because that's Russian military.
Mhm.
So there we go. A whole lot of people getting smooshed in the face, including Ben Grimm by Wolverine right there.
Apparently they fight a lot, yeah.
Yeah, they do. They've always butted heads
Right.
up. Always. Like they snuff at each other a little bit and then back to business.
Mm.
No, this one's for Pat. This is the Web of #1 that I'm going to have Mr. Lee sign.
That part's cool.
Yes.
That part's very cool.
I was at a toss-up, the 30th anniversary of Amazing or Web of One, but I'm going to choose Web of One.
I agree with him because it's a number one. It's in really good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got.
Okay.
This week.
Nice. We didn't go for a half hour this
No.
time. I'm proud of us. Go us. All right, so there we go. This is, I think, number 12.
I can't.
I
go.
get the
I'm not
numbers
quotable on that
wrong
one.
all the time anyway.
Never.
Yes. So like I said, next week we're going to be taking a week off the reading room and probably we're going to be taking a week off the podcast too, I imagine.
There may be a dispatch.
There may be some dispatches from a little place called DragonCon.
Oh boy.
Yes, in Atlanta. So we'll see what happens there. So facebook.com/thecomicshop1, you will find links to the podcast episodes, links to the previous episodes of the YouTube channel, all the other cool stuff that is on our Facebook page. We got a bunch of new likes coming in, probably almost a dozen here in the last week, I see.
Yep.
So that's very cool. So new people, we love feedback on both the Comic Shop podcast and the YouTube channel. Suggestions for books you'd like us to cover, suggestions for, and they don't necessarily actually have to be comic books. Like if you want us to talk about a Star Trek technical manual on this show, we'll talk about a Star Trek technical
I
manual on
can't
this
pull
show.
one out.
What's that?
I can't pull one out.
No, we might have to go digital with that one, but stuff
I
like
used to
that.
have one, but I don't
Or
have
like
it
I have some art books that do, they commission various artists to draw certain characters. I have one of some Neil Gaiman characters. I've got one of some Spider-Man stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah, comments, questions, criticisms, concerns, whatever. Let us have it. So that being said, for the 27th of August 2017, this is Scott.
Yeah, it is.
And this is Eric, and we will see you again in a couple of weeks. Be well.
Later.